What's up, guys? Trey Pace back again with the beautiful Rebecca for your Toro BJJ Move of the Week. Okay, this week we're going to be looking at one of my favorite chokes in the world, the bow and arrow choke. Okay, it's going to be from the back position. All right, what we're looking for here, we're going to start with an over and an under grip. Okay, on her back. So this is the seatbelt position, which is kind of holding me to her back. All right, now when we're in here, we need to make sure that my bottom hand is grabbing my top. Okay, the reason for that is when they go to fight hands here, I want her messing with that bottom hand so that it frees up my choking hand on top right here. Okay, when you get your grip, all right, we're going thumb in, but try not to go too deep, right? So try not to reach all the way around here, or it makes the choke a little awkward when you go to finish it. Put your wrist at a weird angle. So for me, I just like to grab right at that chin line, and that'll be plenty. Okay, once I have a solid grip on the collar, chances are you're not getting the cross collar choke because she's still fighting the hands. So I'll end up pulling that arm completely out and now messing with the knee down here, okay? I'm gonna give you two different options. You can either opt in to grab the fabric right here on the outside of her knee. If you end up doing that, just make sure it's a palm up and not a palm down grip, okay? You just get a lot more leverage with this pull. Or if it's in range and you can reach it, I'll underhook it completely right here. I just get a little knife hand, this goes underneath, and I hug it tight to my body right there, okay? It really is up to you how you do it. If I am given the choice between the two, I'm almost always gonna go with the underhook. All right, you'll see why in a second. If you can't reach it though, maybe it's flat down here and you just can't get a hold of it, I'll end up just go ahead and grabbing the fabric on the outside like we were talking about and finishing the same way, okay? Now, when we end up getting into the choke, my feet need to move. So they're gonna go from hooks in to the outside. So I'm just moving them. I go step, step. All right, this inside leg should be pinching right here on her waist. All right, now once I have that, I'm gonna end up falling to my side. So I'm gonna fall away from the choke down here. Okay, make sure that this leg is still pinching in tight. This leg will now be free. What that's gonna allow me to do is bring this up and over her shoulder. When I bring it up and over, I'm gonna use my heel right here on her forearm to push down, to clear that hand completely out of the way. All right, my other leg's gonna come up and I'm just locking up my guard right here, okay? So now once we're here, if you opted with the underhook grip, all right, what's cool about this is when you have that underhook and you're ready to finish, I'll slide this leg all the way up. So I'm going from the knee all the way up to the Achilles, and then I'm grabbing the back of my head back here. Puts her in a very uncomfortable position, making it really, really easy for me to finish that choke. All right, once I have this locked up, I'm just bringing my elbow down to my hip and I'm driving my hips forward like I'm finishing an arm bar to get the tap, okay? Now, a couple things can happen here, all right? A lot of times in the fight, she'll end up kind of fighting that leg. They'll stop you from getting it over. Sometimes the grip might even loosen up. So when that stuff starts to happen, there's a couple alternate ways that you can finish this. Whether you still have the underhook or the grip, either way, it's gonna be the same. All right, but what I like to do, okay, so if I can't bring this over, especially if I've got a lot of space on the collar right now that's kind of starting to slid down, I'll end up bringing this knee behind her head. Okay, so I'm just bringing my shin across the back of her neck basically right here. Okay, it finishes the same way, but now you have a lot more pressure because I can drive that knee into her as I'm pulling against her with the collar. I'll still bring this up if I have the underhook, do everything the same for my finish. Okay, another option here is maybe you can't get it underneath and you can't get it over because she's blocking it. If you have the dexterity, I'll bring my foot all the way over to the other side of her head right here. Okay, so I'm just bringing my shin right underneath her earlobe and using my shin on the back of her head to finish the same way that we just did with the other one, right? I'm driving my hips in, I'm still pulling this leg up, extending the collar, and getting the submission.